was stretching it out during spring training. They thought perhaps that he would be in the starting rotation at some point. It worked out after an injury, of course, to Daisuke Matsuzaka. The need was there. And here he is in the rotation as Grady Sizemore takes strike one and we're underway.
Well, that's a nice call right there from the get-go. We've been seeing some umpires going both ways the last couple of nights. One pitcher gets more pitches than the other, and you see that right away, a low strike.
Inside this time to Sizemore. Well, Sizemore has had a very good start. Power number-wise, was 6 homers, 22 runs batted in, a .241 average. Not your typical leadoff guy. He's got some pop.
Yeah, he's got some pop, but he punches out a lot. You know, everybody probably always says that this guy should be hitting third. But, you know, because he has the numbers to hit third, but you'd think he'd be there by now if that was the case. But this kid is one of my favorite players, without a doubt. If I'd pay to watch this kid play because he's plays such a great center field, got power from the leadoff spot. He does something special every day.
Strike over the outside corner, and it's 2-2 to Grady Sizemore. Well, Justin Masterson really didn't care in spring training whether he was going to be a starter or reliever. He was very comfortable in the pen, made that transition last year pretty seamlessly, as this one's grounded at Pedroia, and Grady Sizemore is out number one. Well, the defense tonight for the Red Sox, Jason Bay in left. It's Jonathan Benevery in center field. J.D. Drew around him right. Mike Lowell at third base. With Nick Green at shortstop. Dustin Pedroia at second base. Jeff Bailey at first. Jason Veritek doing the catching for Justin Masterson. Umpiring crew, well, Mark Carlson's got the plate tonight. Tim Sheet at first base. Bob Davidson at second base. And Jeff Nelson is the umpire at third. One down for Asdrubal Cabrera. Cabrera with a nice start to the season as he checks in at .319 to get it started. Had a great April in which he had .329 in the month of April.
Throws two balls right by him right there. This Cabrera kid has really kind of been a they thought he was going to be a good player. Remember after the playoffs in 2007, he came back last year and just had a kind of an off season. They were expecting a lot out of him. This year they're getting it.
Swing and a miss. Masterson picks up his first strikeout of the night. 2 down.
After 2 fastballs, about 94, 95, he just spins this ball up and it never really gets there. It doesn't look like it's all that nasty, but the speed difference is huge here. Probably 10 miles an hour gets him way out front.
So 2 down from Masterson in the first inning, and here's Victor Martinez. With .389, 5 homers, and 15 runs batted in. Martinez third in the American League in batting average to start the day with his .389 average behind Miguel Cabrera and Kevin Youkilis, who is still on the shelf for the Red Sox to begin tonight's action, missing back-to-back games.
You're going to see a lot of that. You know, Masterson, has to come inside to left-handers. He doesn't have to throw a strike in there, but he has to show them way inside, and I think he's been doing that a lot.
Coming in again, but too far in. Let's look at the league leaders in batting average in the American League. And Miguel Cabrera continues to have a very good year.
It'd be hard for him to hit .389 catching all the time, so that's why he needs to play first base.
Rolls it foul. Kelly Shopik, who had such a great year last year, kind of bursting onto the scene, former Red Sox catcher.
And they're thinking, last year Shopik hit 21 home runs, which is a little surprising, but everybody knew he had that kind of pop. But that helps them that they can leave him behind the plate more often than not and put Martinez at first.
He's got 2 home runs so far this year and a home run against the Red Sox in the series at Progressive Field. This is down the first baseline, handled by Bailey by himself. And a 1-2-3 first inning for Justin Masterson. Red Sox coming up. Is brought to you by New England Chevy dealers. Well, J.D. Drew in a bit of a shift in the Red Sox lineup, leading it off in right field. Dustin Pedroia at second base, David Ortiz the DH, with Jason Bay in left field. It's Mike Lowell at third base. Jason Varitek doing the catching with Jeff Bailey at first base. Jonathan Ben Embry getting the start in center field with Nick Green at shortstop batting ninth. On the mound for the Indians tonight is Carl Pavano. A 1-3 record, a 7.46 earned run average in 5 starts. He had a very good start last time out against the Tigers, his best in an Indians uniform and his only win of the year. So look at the numbers for him in that start. The numbers here at Fenway Park are not kind for Pavano, who grew up in New England and in Connecticut. A 1-3 career mark, 8.18 earned run average. He had 5 career starts against the Red Sox, but here at Fenway, he's 0-2 with a 24.75 ERA.
Goes back to that game, that the 25-run game, wasn't it?
Yes.
The Red Sox scored. He got lit up in the first, what, 1-2 innings, whatever.
Member of the Florida Marlins at the time. Drew to right and in for a base hit. Chu over to play it. J.D. Drew in the leadoff spots. Got himself a single to get the night started.
He's a control pitcher. He's got to throw strikes. He usually throws sinkers, but this ball middle, and Drew puts a good swing on a base hit to lead this thing off, which is kind of unusual. Drew leading this thing off. I guess you don't have to worry about a stolen base. You see how much success he's had off of Pavano.
The key matchup is brought to you by Honda, and that is an updated number now with 6 hits and 9 tries with this latest single. So Drew at first, held on by Victor Martinez, and here is Dustin Pedroia. Pedroia at 321 to start the night. Had a pretty good road trip. A home run, 8 runs batted in on the season. He was 13 for 35 on the trip overall, and had 3 doubles. Inside out swing, bloops it foul down by the tarp, backing out of play.
You'll watch Pavano pitch tonight, wondering how long he'll go. For the most part, he's like 85 to 100 pitches max. You got to watch him close. You know, you think he's a power pitcher. He used to be when he was with Florida, but for the most part, he's a sinker slider. And really, his out pitch, as you'll see going farther, is his changeup. He loves his changeup, and he's got to paint. He doesn't walk a lot of guys. Got to keep the ball in the ballpark. Here's a guy. This is a guy that the Red Sox should have some good swings at.
Signed a minor league deal with the Cleveland Indians, as this one is a foul ball just outside the line, very close. And Jeff Nelson, the umpire at third, making that call.
There's a bullet down the line. This hit trouble right here. It would have been second and third in a heartbeat for the Red Sox, something like they did last night. But Pavano, he'll always be remembered for that $40 million deal that he got after winning 18 games with the Florida Marlins back in, what, 2004. Parlayed it into $40 million, won 9 games with the Yankees over 4 years. And then the Indians take a flyer on him for $1.50, $1.5 million this year, which is a pretty good deal if he can pitch halfway decent.
On the ground towards short, could be 2. Peralta to second for 1, on to first, double play. Well, a quick double play, 2 down in the inning as we check out the defense. Ben Francisco in left, Grady Sizemore in center, Shin-Soo Choo around and right, Mark DeRosa at third base, Johnny Peralta at short, has Drupal Cabrera at second, Victor Martinez playing at first as Kelly Shopik catches Carl Pavano. So far their defense is 7th in fielding percentage in the American League. And there's 2 down here in the bottom of the first inning. As Big Papi stands in for the first time tonight. Well, Carl Pavano, of course, originally a 13th round draft choice by the Red Sox back in 1994, and it was his prospect status that really, along with some money, was able to get Pedro Martinez for the Red Sox, which was a huge deal at the time.
Says a lot about how good he was at that time.
We're seeing Brian Rose tied together as the guys are coming up. You're still playing then.
Yeah, right. Brian Rose came up. You know, it was so-so. You know, at the time they were thinking, well, maybe Pavano might have been the better one to keep, but you got to give up something to get Pedro. I mean, come on.
They had Jeff Suppan also in the system who was coming up. The Red Sox had some very good prospects.
There's that changeup.
Broke into the big leagues with the Expos in 1998. And as you mentioned, Eck, his biggest year, 2004 with the Marlins, when he was 18-8. And then 4-6 with the Yankees in the first year after the big deal. Ortiz lifts it in the air to left field. Ben Francisco makes the catch. It ends the inning. We played one from Fenway. No score. And by New England Subaru dealers. Second inning back at Fenway, scoreless after one, as Justin Masterson returns to the mound. Shin-Soo Choo, Mark DeRosa, and David DeLucci to bat here in the second inning. Red Sox outfield straight away on Choo, who blads out of the cleanup spot right now for the Indians. 3 homers and 13 runs batted in. Well, I think you'll agree with me, Eck. This Central Division is wide open, but the Indians have got to play better baseball than they played so far this season.
Well, I'm going to try to be nice to the Indians because they're in a 10-17 situation, and it's a good pitch right there. Take something off. But you can say all you want about that division because it's up for grabs. But you get off to a 10-17 and you have the kind of pitching staff that this club has. You're counting on Lee and Carmona and the guy that's pitching tonight. If they falter at all, it's going to be a long season.
Nick Green at shortstop gathers this. The throw in time to get Choo. Mom's the word. Hurry in and get your free limited edition Olympia Sports Mother's Day tee with any purchase on Friday, May 8th, only while supplies last. Olympia Sports, get it for less. Now one down here in the second inning as Mark DeRosa stands in. And the Indians bullpen, as Eric Wedge told our own Heidi Watney before the ballgame tonight, yesterday was just a disaster for the bullpen, and it's not been good.
Right, and you talk about they go out and they spend $10 million to get Kerry Wood out there. Hooray for that. You got to get there, and they've been having trouble. Like I think Eric Wedge said, what, 7th, 8th inning, whatever. Yeah. That is not a good sign. And I think they just sent out the left-hander Perez, who did a nice job for him for a couple of years. But that is what the bullpen's all about. You don't know from one year to the next, but that guy Kerry Wood has got a lightning arm. He always has. But you got to get to him.
On the ground right side, Pedroia diving, can't get it, and it finds its way into right field. First base runner of the night for the Indians. A one-out single for Mark DeRosa.
Little slider right there. Doesn't go down as much, but decent piece of hit in the right spot more than anything. Normally it's a ground ball to second base, but if you're going good, it's base hit.
So 1 down, DeRosa at first base. Here's David DeLucci, 538 on the season. After being on the DL, he's had a great start, 7 for 13, but double play possibilities here, and Bailey's able to keep the foot on the bag for the inning-ending double play. Inning and a half done from Fenway. No score. Nick DiPiolo on the show where sports and comedy collide Friday night after sports does. Visit NESN.com now to check out clips from the show. More sentiments exactly. Rumdog, get well soon. As we head on to the bottom of the second inning, Jason Bay, Mike Lowell, Jason Varitek here in the second. Jason Bay with a .322 batting average. And another great trip for Bay, who's had a great start to the season all the way around. Mentioned the .322. He's hit at .400 over the last 12 games. And they're batting out of that cleanup spot in the absence of Kevin Youkilis.
I'll tell you what, he just hasn't missed any fastballs lately. You get a fastball out over the plate, forget about it.
It's down to the count, 1-2.
That's all he should see. He's breaking balls. That's it. Something hard out of the zone, way out of the zone. Fastball.
But he keeps it away, and it's 2-2. Well, the home run last night for Jason Bay, his 7th of the year, a rainy Yankee Stadium. And what was a great series for him, 4 for 8, 2 home runs in the series, all part of the brief 2-game sweep for the Red Sox. Bay fights it off foul.
You know, that's what kills me about last night when I think about it. He, you know, Chamberlain that drills him later on in the game. He's the one that threw him a cookie in the first inning. That ball is middle nothing right there, and he hits it out of the ballpark. What's he supposed to do with it? You know, hit a ground ball to short, he hit it out of the ballpark. He didn't like it, he drills him later in the game. I mean, that's weak. That's thinking about it last night. The more I thought about it, the madder I got.
The weaker it got.
The weaker it got. The guy who took you deep in the first inning on a cookie, you know, and then you drill him right in the numbers. And what did we say? Well, at least he didn't throw it head high. Hooray! If I was Bay, I'll tell you what, I don't know. I couldn't play every day anyway.
Ball for Jason Bay down to first base. For the first walk given up by Pavano, let's send it down to Heidi Watney. Heidi?
Well, Don, Jacoby Ellsbury and Kevin Youkilis both missing from the Sox starting lineup tonight. Now, I talked to Terry Francona about it beforehand. He said that Ellsbury is feeling much improved, but he still has some tightness in that right hamstring after coming out of the game last night. They don't want to run him out there to get hurt, so he will get the day to get treatment and rest. The same goes for Kevin Youkilis, who has muscle spasms in his left side. Francona says he's still a little bit tight, and they don't want to turn a small problem into a big one. Francona wouldn't say if either will return to the lineup tomorrow or need more time off. Now, Rocco Baldelli also has today off after playing back-to-back games at Pawtucket. He is feeling good. He told me he will be reevaluated tomorrow. Don?
All right, Heidi, thank you very much. The list appears to be growing lately with Ellsbury coming out of the game last night, but it appears it'll be okay.
But, you know, everybody's got to play. I mean, this is a long season. You take your time. You know, they're in a good position. And it reminds me with Lowell being up there, he needs to take his time, too. If he needs a day off, take it. I would force him to. Because like we talked before, he probably doesn't want to. And that's a good thing, but...
With a guy like him, you feel like you got to kind of take it out of his hands on occasion. Because he'll want to play every day.
Sure he will.
And has all but one game. The nightcap of a day-night doubleheader here at Fenway Park against the Minnesota Twins. And he has produced, hitting at .302 on the season, 6 homers, and 26 runs batted in. He also had a pretty good trip. He's 3 for 9 in the series against the Yankees with a home run. And has hit safely in 17 of the last 19 games. Ball 2, 2-1.
You think about it, 2 years ago, Lowell, the kind of year that he had 320 that year. And he was an RBI machine. He used to dunk balls into right field, too. He wasn't really a home run guy. He hit 20, right? But sometimes when he'd leave, sometimes you say, God, he's capable of hit 30, 35 home runs. But for the most part, you know, if he gets averaged up, he's going to use the whole field more.
Down the line by the dive of DeRosa. It'll get down towards the corner. Francisco chasing as Bay will get to third base on the double for Mike Lowell. Right down the line.
I talked about using the whole field, but for the most part, he's a dead pull hitter. He gets a fastball right here inside, and he does exactly what you're supposed to. Pulls the hands in, hits the ball right down the left field line for a double, and you don't even have to have good speed to get a double right there. He can walk into second base.
So second and third, nobody out. And Jason Varitek coming up. Yeah, the year you mentioned about Mike Lowell, 324 back in 2007. Championship season for the Red Sox, 21 home runs, 120 RBIs.
Oh, he had a huge year. That's an MVP year, especially for a team that wins the whole thing.
It's a good year to be a free agent.
Yes, it is. You see Pavano start off Varitek with his changeup. I mean, that is his out pitch. When you're throwing your out pitch first pitch, I don't know. Hope he just goes out there and hits a weak ground ball is what you're hoping for.
Jason starting the night hitting at .213. Framed by Shopik, but it's ball 2, 2-0.
Where's that? He said, I got to have that. How do you miss this? Amika says, paint
on the corner.
I got to have it. I need everything. He's going, come on, where is that? I mean, you got to be nice to these umpires early on or they won't give you something late, but you may not make it.
Ball 3. And Shopik's going to head out now and talk to Pavano.
He wants both of those. This ball might be a little inside, but it looks pretty. I mean, he hits the glove. That's paint too.
Yeah, they're both there.
I got to have it. And now he's 3-0. Isn't that a beautiful thing? Should be 1-2.
Varitek goes around. Says home plate umpire Mark Carlson.
He probably didn't even go around. He's made 3 bad calls in a row.
He's off to a tough start.
3 in a row. Let's see if he went.
Oh, that's tough.
It's tough. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Varitek didn't think so. But it's 3-1 now to the captain with runners at second and third, nobody out. Did he go? No. Jeff Nelson says. Varitek with a walk. And a great opportunity for the Red Sox here in the second inning. Bases loaded, nobody out. And Pavano certainly feeling like he's being squeezed.
I'll tell you, you got to be nice to the umpires, but you know, I was there many times, and I can't complain early on because they might stick it to you the rest of the game. Well, what if I'm not out there? in the rest of the game. This is it.
You got to worry about right now.
I need now.
Well, here's Jeff Bailey now. With the bases loaded, nobody out. Bailey swings away and pops it up foul off to the right.
I mean, the guy's a control pitcher. He needs the strike zone. He's trying to paint. He needs everything.
Carl Willis, the pitching coach for the Indians. Been a tough go of it lately for the Tribe, especially out of their bullpen. Indians are last in earned run average, 5.96. It's the highest in the majors. Really laying off a pitch inside. It's 1-1. Jeff Bailey 0 for his last 13 at the plate.
Had a tough night last night. Didn't cost him. Made an error first, but didn't cost him anything, so it's a good thing.
He was 0 for 5 in the series, 0 for 3 last night. And he grounds one down the third baseline. It is a foul ball. Retrieved by DeRosa at third base as Bay came down the line. Look at the highest earned run average in the league for the Cleveland Indians. The Red Sox offense has been coming around. They're hitting at 276 as a team. They're 5th in the American League. How about the Toronto Blue Jays hitting at 295 as a team and you got 19 wins?
How about that guy? Cliff Lee, 1-4. He only lost 3 games last year.
The Cy Young Award winner is in the dirt. It's 2-2 now to Bailey.
See what he's going to try to get him out with right here, because this is where you want to get him out. You don't want to go 3-2. Do not want to go 3-2. Change it.
Fool Bailey as he gets a piece.
You know, you make your pitch right there. You see a 2-2 changeup. Ball's going down out front. You got to get a ground ball. You know, you got to get an out.
Well, that was the problem in that game when he pitched for the Marlins. Talk about all the runs that he gave up in that out. He couldn't get it out.
Couldn't get it out.
For a long time.
Oh, nobody could get it out that whole game.
Ball 3 framed by Shopper. You said earlier about an earned run average like that. What would you say? Infinity?
Infinity.
That's
yeah.
There's no number.
That's how he started the season this year. Favano against Texas didn't give anybody out.
Bases filled with Red Sox. Nobody out here in the bottom of the second inning. The 3-2. Bailey hits it towards second. Could be 2. A second for 1 on to first. The Indians will take that exchange. As in from third is Jason Bay to put the Red Sox on top 1-0. Well, they get 2 outs on the play.
Big double play right here. He gets a fastball. He's going to get a pitch to hit. Hits it fairly solid, which makes it that much easier to turn a double play ball. So the Favano is living large right here.
So no RBI in the play for Bailey. Run scores. Red Sox lead at 1-0. And here is Jonathan Van Every. And it's strike 1. And every 2 for 8 so far. The 1 a home run. As he hit his first major league home run. Progressive Field against these Cleveland Indians.
It was a bomb too.
Yes.
Dead central. Way back.
The old organization he knew prior to the Red Sox was the Indians, coming up through their system and got to do it at Progressive Field against the Indians. And his former roommate Jensen Lewis to boot. Chopped right side. As dribble Cabrera can't get it. It's into right. And from third comes Mike Lowell. Red Sox lead it 2-0. Jonathan Van Every picks up his 3rd RBI of the year. And the Red Sox lead it 2-0.
He gets a fastball right here. Ball's not sinking much, but kind of turns it over right there. Hits it in the right spot. A little top spin ground ball that gets through the dive of Cabrera. RBI.
Now Nick Green batting out of the number 9 spot. Green at 281 with a home run, 11 runs batted in. Green was 1 for 8 in the series against the Yankees.
Hit a couple balls hard that were caught.
And more Nick Green at shortstop. Julio Lugo getting a couple of days off. Green's been playing every day.
He's been swinging the bat good. I mean, he's a threat down there in the 9 hole. You make a mistake, this guy's got some pop.
An incredible spring training for the Red Sox. Brought that good offense into the beginning of the season. On the ground left side, Peralta ranging will go to second, and the force out there in time. Red Sox get a pair in the bottom of the second. We play 2. It's 2-0 Boston. Find FW Webb's 27 Bass Centers at frankwebb.com. You'll get the complete recap of Game 3 of the Bruins Hurricane Series from Carolina tonight. Plus highlights and reaction from the Garden tonight as the Celtics and Magic play Game 2 of this series, and the latest on the unending question of whether Brett Favre will play football next year. It's all tonight after Red Sox coverage on Sports Desk. Sonat Mass loves the Rum Dog, and our best wishes out to the Rum Dog again tonight, as Johnny Peralta leads it off in the 3rd. Is Brett Favre ever going to shut it down?
I was just going to tell.
My goodness.
I am sick of it.
Take it to the house.
Go away. I mean, I know. I know it's hard to quit. I know it's hard to quit. But get lost.
Johnny Peralta leading it off here in the 3rd for the Indians.
Watch him take Minnesota to the championship game. You know, what do you do? I just don't want a day-to-day report. That's all.
Yep.
You can play, but I don't want to hear about it every day. All right?
Peralta, Francisco, and Shopik to face Masterson, who now's got a 2-run lead.
Peralta, he's been struggling this year. He's got to get it going.
It's off to just a 219 start, but has always hit well here at Fenway. Foul tipped into the catcher's mitt, and it's strike 3. Second strikeout for Masterson, and there's 1 down.
His velocity's up right here. It's hard to catch up with a fastball up like that. It's hard to get on top of that ball right there. Foul tips it in the glove. Another punch out. You know he's going bad.
So 1 down here in the 3rd inning for Ben Francisco. .250 with 2 homers and 7 runs batted in, batting out of that number 8 spot. One hit off Masterson so far through 2 1/3 innings. Mark DeRosa with a single to right field, but he quickly erased him as he got David DeLucci to ground into a 4-6-3 double play.
You know, he's got to be hard to catch. You watch this at bat in particular. You see ball one, and then he launches a ball outside. He backhands it, and then he throws a sinker down and in. I mean, he's got to be a tough guy to catch.
There's a strike, and it's 3-1 to Francisco. You know, watching him last year, it was amazing. He was never in awe of the situation at all. Always looked the same, very confident, very poised. I guess they call that good mound presence.
I mean, I think it's a great thing to have. I was never like that. I mean, it took me a while to feel like that, to feel like I belong. But this kid, nothing affects him, absolutely nothing. And it goes so far. I mean, to talk about, you know, being in the position he was in the playoffs last year, to take that, you know, that's invaluable to have that.
9 different appearances in the postseason as a rookie. As down to first base goes Ben Francisco. A walk allowed here by Masterson with 1 out. So 1 down, and batting out of the number 9 spot is Kelly Shoppett, the Indians catcher. 234, 2 homers, and 7 runs batted in. On the last outing for Masterson, of course, the loss at Tampa Bay gave up 6 runs in 6 innings. It was a career high number of runs allowed. Struck out 6, which is a season high.
What amazes me is that you just saw that pitch right there. He didn't lift his leg up. No leg kick, and still gets that arm extension and airs it out. I mean, I used to have a hard time, you know, hurrying up to deliver a ball with that big arm, you know, that arm swing that he has. It's just like mine. It's real, you know, long, and you'll see he can deliver quicker than I ever could. Because he's going to have to, because you think you can run on him. Here's a guy 6'5", 6'6", whatever, and you'll see. Look at, doesn't even pick his leg up and gets his arm up quick.
So there's no chance you were slide stepping then with all you had.
I just
all that stuff.
They put the slide step on, and I'd throw the ball belt high. You know what I mean? Hurry up and throw a belt high fastball. I don't want to do that.
Well, that was the argument here for a long time. Of course, when Joe Kerrigan was here, that it would reduce the quality of the pitch, a slide step, so they wouldn't do it ever.
I know. I understand. I mean, I was kind of the guy that was complaining. You know, I've got to. But you got to do what you got to do. You got to stop the running game. It's an important part of this game. And they're not going to put you on in the game if there's a guy on first, if you can't hold anybody on.
This one gets away from Bailey. Francisco didn't react right away, and it's Masterson who runs all the way from the mound to foul ground to retrieve it.
That's got to hurt. You know, he almost got picked off. This is a good move right here. Bang. He didn't catch it. He whiffed it and hit him in the chest, in the ribs. I'm surprised Bailey didn't catch that ball. The runner said, why don't you catch the ball so it doesn't hit me in the ribs?
So Masterson with the count of 1-1 to Kelly Shoppett. 1 out. Ben Francisco at first base. Back a little easier this time.
Is it Maury Wills over there? What's going on? It's 2-0. Oh, 4 for 5. Is concerned.
Not quite Maury Wills' numbers.
No.
Pretty good, though.
He's on his way. He's on his way.
He's got a good size lead now, a little bigger over there at first base. As it misses inside for ball 2.
Meanwhile, you're trying to throw strikes.
Well, Masterson owning a 7-0 career record at Fenway Park. It's one of his first 7 decisions here at Fenway Park. First pitcher to do that since Curt Schilling started his Red Sox career 7-0 back in 2004. Upstairs for ball 3.
Ball high? I guess.
Must have been. About to throw his 35th pitch. 2 1/3 innings deep to his outing. Foul tipped and held onto by Veritek. Full count. The breakdown for him. Masterson On the road at Tampa Bay last time out, giving up those 6 runs. The other road appearances all in relief. Runner goes. Shopik takes ball 4. So back-to-back walks allowed by Masterson to the 8-9 men in the order.
A little out of sync, trying to hurry up a little bit. That's the biggest problem with him. You talk about it, he's a big guy like that, 6'5", 6'6". I mean, it's hard to throw strikes. He throws so hard, the ball moves so much. That's my biggest concern with him, is really control.
Well, it's second time through the order now for him as Grady Sizemore grounded out to second base first time up. Strike 1 to Sizemore. This is the first career start for Justin Masterson against the Cleveland Indians. And his first appearance this season against the Indians. He was 3 1/3 scoreless and 3 relief appearances against the Tribe in September of last year.
Good pitch.
It's 0-2. Gave up back-to-back home runs in that last outing against Evan Longoria and Carlos Pena of the Tampa Bay Rays. Sizemore fouls it off. Hangs tough at 0-2.
Boy, he went right after him. 0-2 right there, trying to throw a ball away from him. Left it out over the middle, but that ball was hot.
Ben Francisco at second. Kelly Shopik at first. 1 out. Outside, ball 1. You think about how good the bullpen has been for the Red Sox, and the fact that Masterson is supposed to be in that bullpen, but he's been out of it.
I mean, to think that he would go back out there and make them that much better is incredible.
Used Takashi Saito to finish off last night's game. Papelbon and Ramirez unavailable last night. Didn't need him, as it turned out.
You put him out in the bullpen with those guys, you've got 4 or 5 guys that you can go to in the 8th inning. It's like flip a coin, which is a beautiful thing. Not many teams have that. I mean, you go right down the list. Del Carmen, Ramirez, Saito, and then Masterson back out there. Okajima could do it. I mean, anybody could do it.
We saw last night, as we've seen more recently, too, Okajima pitching multiple innings. Sizemore lifts it to left field. Jason Bay coming in, and he'll put it away for out number 2. So a big out there for Masterson, trying to work his way around 2 walks in the inning. He now has 2 outs. Here comes Asdrubal Cabrera, who struck out swinging his first time up. Parts of 3 seasons now for Cabrera in the major league level. All with the Indians, came over from the Seattle Mariners for Eduardo Perez back in 2006. As he takes ball 1. His career numbers in parts of 3 years. Up the middle into center field, a base hit. Ben Francisco from second base will score the Indians' first run of the night. Up to second base on the RBI single for Cabrera goes Shopik. And it's now 2-1 Red Sox. 2 on RBI for
nice
Cabrera.
Piece of hitting right here by Cabrera. Last time up, swing and miss, swinging right through things. Just tries to use the big part of the field, shorten his swing a little bit, hit it right back up the middle. base hit to make this a 2-1 game.
So the walk's costly here in the inning for Masterson. And Cabrera up to an 8-game hitting streak now as Victor Martinez stands in. Masterson starts off ahead on the breaking ball. High ball center field. Jonathan Van Every's got room out there in center. And he makes the catch. It ends things here in the third. The Indians get a run. It's 2-1 Boston after 2.5. Experience one of their meal deals. 7 meals for just $7 each. Visit thehalfwaycafe.com for a location near you. Well, the Bruins on top 1-0 against the Hurricanes in the first period. Milan Lucic on the goal in game 3 of their series. As J.D. Drew leads it off here in the bottom of the third inning with the Red Sox on top 2-1. It's Drew, Pedroia, and Ortiz to face Carl Pavano. J.D. Drew has led off 64 times in his career. A .243 batting average out of the leadoff spot. And doing so tonight with Jacoby Ellsbury on the bench.
When did he lead off? Last year or the year before? Because
that's a very good question. They all kind of blend in together.
Yeah,
8 times last year.
Okay.
And 14 times in his first season in a Red Sox uniform.
Both years.
This one popped up foul off to the left. Well, JD's been coming around pretty good. 389 in the last 6 games. And a .259 batting average overall. Hooks it on the ground towards second base. Cabrera to his right, and he throws out Drew. Check back in with Heidi.
Don, Carl Pavano had some trouble early in the season, but he's coming off a good outing against Detroit, giving up just 2 runs in 7 1/3 innings. I asked their pitching coach, Carl Willis, what the Sox can expect from the righty tonight.
Carl's a guy with a 3-pitch mix that has really showed exceptional command, particularly in his last 2 starts. And we saw bits and pieces of it in spring training, but as he has gotten more consistent work, we're really seeing him evolve into quite a control pitcher. So I think, his keys to success would certainly be to work the baseball to both halves of the plate and change speeds, and he's done that of late.
Now, Pavano has not had much success against the Red Sox. He's 1-3 with an 8.18 ERA in 5 career starts. Here at Fenway, he's even worse, 0-2 with a dismal 24.75 ERA in 2 starts. Don?
All right, thank you very much, Heidi. As with 1 out here in the 3rd inning, Dustin Pedroia bats. Well, it's a tough place to be right now if you are Carl Willis, the way things have gone here for this Indians pitching staff. And hoping Pavano can calm down here a little bit. He gave up 2 runs in the 2nd inning. This is on the ground at third base. DeRosa retrieves it on the backhand. And there was 2 away in the 3rd inning.
Willis was telling us he has to use both sides of the plate. This, that. He wasn't going to tell us, well, his out pitch is his changeup. You know, hey, when he gets in trouble, he'll do this. He didn't tell you anything, but he's a control pitcher, and he's got to hit spots. And you see a big guy out there, you would think he's going to throw 95 miles an hour. He probably did at one point.
Did.
Yeah.
At one point, he was right around there.
Little breaking ball outside for a ball, calls it a strike. Big Poppy doesn't play that. It's only strike 1, but it is a ball. That's a ball.
Pitch inside, and it is 1-1 to Ortiz, who flied out to left field first time up. Ortiz showed some signs on the trip of coming out of it a little bit. It's better swings of the trip, a little bit more patience.
They were really throwing him in like that. Especially in New York, he got a couple balls to pull down the line off of Phil Hughes the other night.
Good numbers against Pavano coming in. He was 3 for 6 in the series at New York, 2 doubles. Pitch away this time, and Pavano falls behind 3-1. Jason Bay on deck, 2 down, last half of the 3rd inning. Ball 4. 3rd walk given up by Pavano. The Boston Marriott Copley Place, the official headquarter hotel of the Boston Red Sox, has the perfect Boston Memorial Day getaway. It's the Grand Slam baseball package that includes 2 tickets to a Red Sox game. For reservation information, call the Grand Slam hotline at 617-937-5600.
He's still angry. Of strike 1.
Here's Jason Bay. He'll take strike 1. He walked his first time up. Came around to score the Red Sox first run. In the dirt is Shopping to his right to gather it. The league leaders are brought to you by Olympia Sports, and walks the category. Jason Bay with 28. Marco Scutaro, part of the fast start Toronto Blue Jays. And Shin-Soo Choo in the top 5 with 20 walks. A cleanup spot for the Indians. A strike, and it's 1-2. Another tough pitch right there that they wanted, and Pavano not getting.
He's trying to throw this ball in the corner, but he tries to slip a piece of cheese by him right here, and I don't know if this ball's high or not. Yep, a little high.
They'll move Grady Sizemore a step or 2 towards right center for Bay to go the other way. Bay strikes out. It's the first strikeout for Pavano. We have played 3 from Fenway. It's 2-1 Boston. Fourth inning back at Fenway Park. Red Sox on top of the Indians 2-1. Shin-Soo Choo, Mark DeRosa, David DeLucci bat in the inning. As Choo grounded out to the shortstop first time up. And smack dab right in the middle of this Indians order, batting out of the cleanup spot. Up the middle and into center field. A leadoff base hit for Choo. And the third Indians hit of the night.
Nice piece of hitting by the Indians. You saw Cabrera do the same thing. You know, that's probably the best approach off of Masterson, is the ball doesn't sink enough, but still right back up the middle.
So Choo aboard for the first time tonight. Red Sox go into their double play defense as Mark DeRosa stands in on the right side. DeRosa had a base hit to right off Masterson his first time up. And takes strike one.
He's coming off of 2 good years with the Chicago Cubs, and he was a guy that they really did not want to let go, and he left. But before he got to the Cubs, you know, he was sort of an obscure type player. He was with the Texas Rangers. I think he played with Atlanta too. They really couldn't find a spot for him. He played all over the place, second base, outfield, and now playing third base.
Always good, very, very good numbers against the Red Sox. I mentioned the 2 years with the Cubs, and they
drove in about 80 runs last year, didn't he?
87 to be exact. 21 home runs.
That's a big year right there.
87 RBIs and a 285 average.
The year before he did decent too.
10 homers, 72.
That's not bad.
Rolls it foul, and it's 1-2. Broke in with the Atlanta Braves. Starts of 4 seasons with Atlanta, then to Texas for 2. That's where the Red Sox saw the most of Mark DeRosa.
You didn't really think about him, though. I mean, you just thought, you know, kind of a bench guy. But he's found his way the last couple of years.
Not more home runs than I thought he had. 74 in his career.
All over the last couple of years. 2/3 of them.
He bats here. Choo at first base.
Replaces Casey Blake for the most part. Wasn't he there for quite a few years?
I remember the Dodgers. Then you think back, Cleveland right in the mix. In 07, the Red Sox down in that series 3-1 before moving on to take on the Colorado Rockies. And
that would have been Cleveland's year
rushing
to win.
For the Indians.
It really was, because they haven't won since 1948, and that was their shot. They blew it in 97. Was it 97? 95. 97. Foul ball. But they did blow it in 97. They had Mesa on the mound in Florida. Blew that. I'm glad I didn't blow that game. Meanwhile, they had their shot, because if they beat the Red Sox in 2007, they beat the Colorado Rockies, and they win it. That's what I think. And this could be a long year for Eric Wedge, you see right here. But that was a great year for them, 2007.
They've gone through all those growing years, getting the system back together again, bringing up guys, younger players. They lost everybody out of there. Manny Ramirez goes. You get Jim Thome out of it. It's a different time. They get young, they get it together, and they get that close. American League Championship Series. Now last year was an off year. They went backwards.
Right, but they played well the second half. Not that it mattered. But you look back to all those years in the 90s where they had that great lineup. They ran a great lineup out there that could score. But they never had that one, ace. They needed an ace. They had a bunch of number 3s.
Mark DeRosa with a count of 2-2. Masterson has been concerned with Choo. As this one back to Masterson, he gets off the mound and fires almost down the line, but Bailey able in a good stretch to retrieve it for the out of DeRosa. Well, on Friday night, while the Bruins and Hurricanes play Game 4 live on NESN, the Red Sox game will once again be here on your NESN Plus or NESN Plus HD channels. The night begins on NESN Live at 5:30 with Friday Night Fenway, followed by Red Sox Game Day Live at 6. At 7 o'clock, switch to NESN Plus for the game. To find your channel, visit NESN.com. Runner at second base, 1 out. As David DeLucci fouls it back. Still 1-0. Milan Lucic scoring for the Bruins. Inside ball 1-1 to David DeLucci. Rounded into a 4-6-3 double play in the second inning. Well, his third year as a member of these Indians.
He came off a big year somewhere with over 20 home runs and made it pay for him. I think it was Philly. Wasn't he with Philly?
Texas, he had 29 home runs.
Leading off. Remember, he let off a lot that year. And he's got some pop. A quick little hack inside. You got to be careful with this guy. Doesn't look like a home run hitter.
All over.
Yeah.
On the outside corner, Bellucci thought he had ball four. Was going to toss the bat and look back for Mark Carlson.
That's a ball. The same pitch to Big Poppy. Little slider, back door that never gets to the door. Not even close. Huh?
The back door that never gets to the door.
Never
like
got to that door.
Well, he punches at him, strikes out. Third K for Masterson, 2 down. Frustrating at bat for DeLucci.
Oh, is it ever? Guy rings you up on a 3-1 pitch. It's a ball outside. Then he throws some gas at you and ties him up. Can't stop the swing. Oh, that's got to be aggravating.
So 2 down. Chu at second base, and here's Johnny Peralta. He struck out swinging first time up.
Don't tell me umpires don't mess up a game.
On the ground, positioned perfectly is Pedroia at second base. That's the inning. They leave Chu at second base to the Indians. 3.5 done. It's 2-1 Boston. It's easy. Just upload your photo, choose from prints, mugs, magnets, and more. Place your order, and you're done. In 3 easy steps, you can make your very own Red Sox memory. Go to redsox.com today. Well, it's on to the bottom of the 4th inning at Fenway Park. The Red Sox finally home after an extended road trip. 3-city tour that took them to Cleveland, Tampa Bay, and to New York. Mike Lowell leading it off here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
That's a strike. Well, I've been up in this booth 3 games, and I bet you I've squawked 15 times. I felt like Heinsohn's right.
I think the line of the night, though, is umpires mess up games.
Either way, I mean, come on.
The 0-1 is outside. It's 1-1.
What's his name again?
This is Mark Carlson.
It's Mark, huh?
Did you have any umpire friends when you played?
None. 0. Well, when we were going good, I had a big plate, so I liked him back then. You know, think about Pavano, what he's been through the last 4 years in New York, and not being able to pitch. And then I read Joe Torre's book, and you know, he went back to New York. I'll stop a second.
Roll to center field, sending Sizemore back. And there's one down in the 4th.
But Pavano, I see he went back to New York and had to pitch in New York.
Yes, 4-2 last year.
Right, and but I meant he went back to pitch in Yankee Stadium about 2 weeks ago. To pitch against the Yankees. That must have been a big start for him, because in that book, Joe Torre, not anybody in particular, but they just buried him, because he was on the DL all the time. They made fun of him. I mean, it wasn't a pretty thing. After reading that book, I felt badly for him, because a lot of guys took shots at him.
Are you surprised Joe Torre wrote the book?
Yes.
Still managing in the game?
Absolutely. He didn't have to.
The guy that I think most upset about it, the whole A-Rod stuff is one thing, but the guy that appeared to be most hurt by it was Johnny Damon.
Yeah, and he should be. I mean, they questioned, that one spring training where he didn't want to play. And that was kind of revealing, to say the least. And I was, I didn't hear his response. But it just was, it just questioned his integrity. And to me, it was, and I don't understand. I mean, I didn't think it was all that bad of a book, but then again, I'm not Johnny Damon and I'm not Carl Pavano. But I think that Joe should have waited. I think Joe had an agenda that he wanted to tell the Yankees how it went down at the end. And he could have done that the last 4 pages of the book. Meanwhile,
Veritek to center field. Sizemore going back. It's over his head and off the garage door. Plays the Karen. Veritek hit it a ton, and he stands at second base with 1 out.
He pulls it at all. It's a bomb. But look at this. High piece of extension way back. Hits it in the big part of the ballpark. This ball is absolutely crushed. Puts a great swing on that ball.
So in scoring position with 1 out here in the 4th inning as Jeff Bailey stands in. He got it into a double play in the 2nd inning. Fooled on the pitch as Pavano changes up. Bailey gets hit, pitch inside.
Boy, he doesn't move very fast, does he?
No.
I mean, he got hit before the other night.
Strike over the outside corner. It's a strike 2, then every down 0-2. Nick Green waits on deck. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 68 pitches thrown by Pavano, 39 for strikes. 1-2.
Time for a changeup away, I would believe. Nope, back in.
That stuff inside, and it's 2-2 to Van Every.
You know he wants to throw that changeup.
Jason Varitek, 1-out double. He's at second. Bailey hit by a pitch at first.
There it is.
And it's outside for ball 3.
Nobody's hacking at that. It's got to be in the vicinity for somebody to swing at.
Eric Wedge in 5th place in club history with 505 managerial wins for the Cleveland Indians. And hoping the Indians can turn around what has been a tough start to this season. Van Every hits it on the ground into right field, a base hit. Jason Varitek will be stopped at third base. Jonathan Van Every has got 2 hits and 2 tries, and the Red Sox have him loaded with 1 out.
He lays off the changeup on 2-2 pitch, and he gets a fastball that he can handle, almost with a high fastball. Once again, just like he did the first time up, top spin ground ball base hit into right field. Varitek too slow to score, but still a nice piece of hitting. Working the count to get to 3-2, get a pitch to hit.
So the bases loaded, 1 down for Nick Green. Green reached on a fielder's choice in the second inning. A chance here to give the Red Sox a bigger pad, only on top by a run. Swing and a miss. He's been starting a lot of the hitters with that.
He just goes, he doesn't want to go after you with a fastball. He'd rather not.
With the right guy up.
He won't see a fastball, I wouldn't think.
And the Red Sox had the bases loaded back in the second inning, and Pavano got the double play. A run did score. That was with nobody out. Here it's 1 out, and Boston with the bases loaded. And Shopik and Pavano can't get on the same page. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Boston Red Sox, may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent of the Boston Red Sox. Jason Varitek at third base, Jeff Bailey at second base, Jonathan Van Every at first base. 1 down, 4th inning. 0-1 the count. Green fouls it off. They did decide on the fastball that time.
Yes, they did. He tricks you with the fastball. Usually they trick somebody with a breaking ball, right? I'm going to trick you with my fastball. There it is.
Swing and a miss. There's these 2 changes in the sequence, and the third one strikes him out.
That's a good one right here. This is hard. Look at this ball. It just falls off the table, really. Just lack of velocity. Grown man throwing that ball like that. Big grown man. 80 mile an hour.
75 so far for Pavano, trying to get out of this bases loaded jam. J.D. Drew 1 for 2 tonight, single back in the first inning. Takes strike 1 on the inside corner. So we started back-to-back batters off of the changeup. This time it's a fastball, and it grabs the corner.
Tricky. You think he's looking fastball first pitch, JD? No way.
Up and in. This one not close, and it's a ball and a strike.
JD's got that changeup in his brain, I bet. There it is.
On the ground as Drupal Cabrera will go to first base, and Pavano gets out of the jam. The Red Sox leave him loaded in the 4th inning, but lead it 2-1. Got you under our wing. Which pitcher holds the American League rookie strikeout record? We'll have the answer for you a little bit later.
Who's that? American League strikeout.
I'm not going to tell you. You have to wait till later.
Okay.
Earlier tonight, in case you missed our open, Nesson announcing, of course, our friend Jerry Remy, and most of you knew was not on a lot of the last road trip, will take a leave of absence for an indefinite period so that he can fully recover from the effects of cancer surgery. And our best wishes out to Jerry Remy tonight. Of course, not with us in the Tampa series in New York, and will take a leave of absence. Jerry's thoughts on it that he put out today: I want to focus on completing my recovery so that I can return to work without distractions or interruptions. I hope that disclosing my bout with cancer will reinforce the dangers of smoking to every member of Red Sox Nation, especially children. I'm sure he gets back very soon.
Absolutely. Hurry up.
Beck's getting tired. Ben Francisco leading it off here in the 5th. You bounced back very nicely today. I was a little concerned at the late arrival last night. Wondered how you got rested up, ready to go. Here you are.
I feel better today than I did the last two. Believe me.
Right?
Yes.
And this one shot down the third baseline. Lowell's got to hurry up, bare hands, and guns in time to get Ben Francisco. It's got to be perfect. You're going to do it barehanded, and it was.
What a nice play. I was thinking, why didn't he use his glove? This ball almost stopped. Look at the spin on this ball. The next hop right here just bites, and he doesn't even get to him. It's a smart play. He makes it look easy. What a nice play. Watch, this ball stops. Just won't keep coming. As it turns out, that's the only play that he had was to barehand. God, he's a good player.
Francisco's got good speed too. You got to take that into account.
He didn't panic.
Now one down for Kelly Shoppett, who walked in the 3rd inning. And Shoppett gets hit.
An eye for an eye. Hits him with a breaking ball. This is a little breaking ball, a little flip, little spinner that, look out, just got nothing on it. That's a bad breaking ball is what that is. That's a misfire.
Well, the 8th time that Kelly Shoppett has been hit.
He doesn't move either. I don't know.
Leads the league.
Does he lead the league?
He's at first base with 1 out. There's Grady Sizemore, grounded out in the 1st inning, flied out to left in the 3rd. He takes strike 1 from Masterson. Masterson giving up a run in the third inning. An RBI single for Asdrubal Cabrera. And a tight game here at Fenway into the fifth. The Red Sox, they've had their chances, but lead just 2-1. And Carpavano getting out of big trouble in the fourth inning with 1 out, bases loaded, able to get out of the inning unscathed.
He can't get in any more trouble. I mean, you get out of trouble twice. You really only gave up the 1 run out of the last bases loaded jam. But like they say, you only get maybe 2 jams in you.
Pitch count too high now,
right,
too.
exactly.
It's up there. And 78 pitches through the first 4 innings. There's ball 2, 2-1.
You gotta like the way that Masterson fired that fastball inside on left-handed hitters. It goes a long ways. He's just a little inconsistent with his breaking ball sometimes. One spins, one breaks all the way across. He gets underneath it a lot like I used to with my breaking ball. I totally understand.
2-2 as he grabs the corner.
I mean, you fire that fastball in on left-handers, they give you that pitch, that little backdoor breaking ball. He can use his little breaking ball almost like a changeup. Just take a little bit off.
Strikes out Sizemore. And that was some gas. 94 miles per hour.
I tell you what, after the pitch before, a little spin ball in the outside corner, they throw a piece of cheese with some hair on it about belt high, and he thinks he's on this ball. But watch it, this is giddy up late. You cannot get on top of this ball. You cannot. It's almost like the fastball he threw by Peralta. It starts off looking good, and then it's way out of the zone. And for a guy that's a sidearmer like that to throw, it's like a rising fastball. You don't expect it from a sidearm pitcher. This kid has got nasty stuff.
2 down, Shopping at first base as Asdrubal Cabrera. 1 for 2 as he takes strike 1. Masterson has 2 outs here in the 5th inning. He's throwing 72 pitches. Cabrera down 0-2. The Indians were in Boston waiting for the Red Sox. They played day baseball in Toronto yesterday, had extra innings, but played day baseball, got in the early evening. Red Sox getting in early this morning after wrapping up their series in New York.
Well, you come in for 2 games. It's kind of nice, I guess, to come in the night before early. At least you feel like you've been here. Not come in at 4 in the morning.
This is a 3-city tour for the Indians. It started in Detroit. They went to Toronto and now here at Fenway Park. They're 2-3 on their current trip as they took 2 out of 3 against the Tigers. They split the Blue Jays, and here tonight game 1 of this brief 2-game series with the Red Sox. (0-2) to Cabrera. On the ground up the middle, Green ranging, will turn and fire behind Pedroia. Backed up by Masterson. Green had to hurry up, and hopefully Pedroia's all right as he went across the bag awkwardly, and Paul Lessard now coming out to check on him.
That was a tough play for Pedroia because he's got to go cover and look behind him. I think Nick Green might have changed his mind because when he caught that ball to middle, I thought he was going to spin and throw to first base. Maybe it ends up being his own play, but you see right here, he turns, looks like he's going to go to first base, and then decides to throw it to Pedroia. He's in no man's land if you think about it. Shoves the ball right through the ground. It's a good way to get hurt, is what it is. Kind of a tough play. It's a base hit is what it is. Could have got somebody hurt though.
So the second hit for Asdrubal Cabrera, and it's first and second with 2 down for Victor Martinez. He was grounded out and flied out.
He had a good swing in him last time. Flied out to center field. I said he just missed that ball last time up.
One came back across, and Veritek to the backhand. Ball 1.
I mean, you don't really know. He never throws the same pitch twice. It's like his ball is not true enough. He'll dot the outside corner, and then the next time, whoosh, the ball just takes off a foot. And it might sail, it might sink. I mean, he's just effectively wild.
There's a strike, and it's 1-1. And for a guy who is, as you said, effectively wild, he doesn't walk a lot of guys.
No. I mean, he'll get 3 ball counts, but he'll, he can throw a strike when he has to. But I think sometimes when he lets his fastball go, he's not quite sure when he airs it out.
Did he go? No. This is third base umpire Jeff Nelson, and it's 2-1.
I mean, you got to go up there looking for something hard. The guy throws, from 92 to 95. It might sink. It might come in on you, and you got to, forget about that little breaking ball that he has.
To center field, Van Every going back. Leaps, can't make the catch, and goes hard into the wall. The ricochet coming off as scoring is Shoppik. Cabrera behind him will score 2 runs in for the Indians, who take a 3-2 lead. And Van Every going hard into the wall. It appeared head first out there in center field.
Well, I thought he had a beat on this ball when he went back on it. He's looking up at it. I thought he's sizing it up, but he runs out of room and he puts his hand up late. Luckily, this isn't like what happened to Enkel the other night in St. Louis. You'll see his face go, his neck almost. He's lucky his shoulder hit before his neck at some point. And that's scary right there. It really is. For a second there, you think he's going to catch it. Then you hope he doesn't break his neck.
Very fortunate to have that shoulder turned as he did. And John Farrell out to talk to Masterson.
The bad part about that, there was 2 outs. Everybody's running on that play.
And they both score to put the Indians on top.
You had a good swing last time up. Victor hit a ball in center field. He got another pitch to hit, and he drove it. Looked at something hard, got it. Hit it just enough. You wonder in another ballpark, you're playing a little deeper center field, that might be a can of corn.
So a big 2-run double for Victor Martinez. Now Chu fouls off the first pitch from Masterson. A strike from Masterson. It's 0-2. The line for Masterson, 81 pitches deep into his outing, and now trailing for the first time in the game. Chu to right center field, in for a base hit. Victor Martinez from second base will score, and the Indians take a 4-2 lead. Getting all this done with 2 outs in the inning.
Yep, Masterson comes back with this little spin ball, a little breaking ball that he leaves out over the plate. Just too good a pitch to hit. It never went down. It just stayed right there. Nice ball to hit is what it was. And he did some damage to it. Base hit, RBI. Throw breaking balls like that, you want to just throw it in your back pocket. Don't want to throw it again.
Here's Mark DeRosa, who singled in the second, grounded back to the mound in the fourth. It's got to be tough when you get something you don't want to throw again. You take it out of your arsenal, all of a sudden now you're down to a couple things you can use.
Right, that's the thing about starting. You have to have. It's nice to have 3. He's got 2. Fastball that moves all over the place. Good breaking ball. 2 types of speeds on it. And, they want him to have a changeup. You need 3 pitches, but you can have 3 pitches because you change speeds on your breaking ball. But regardless how many pitches you have, you throw a bad breaking ball over the plate and you get whacked.
He's given up 3 straight hits and 3 quick runs here for the Tribe, who now leads it 4-2. The 1-0 drops in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. Masterson had the one tough inning last time out against Tampa Bay, a 6-run inning. And of course, the back-to-back home runs in the mix there. And here having trouble in the 5th. A check on Chu, who's back to the bag. Another strike, and it's 1-2. Well, this coming after the Red Sox from an offensive standpoint, with 1 out, had the bases loaded near the bottom of the 4th inning and could not score. Green struck out, Drew grounded out. Two and 2 to Mark DeRosa.
He's just very inconsistent with his breaking ball. As you saw, he hit Shopik with a bad cut underneath his breaking ball. And then, you know, it's one thing throwing a backdoor breaking ball, but you can't throw a slow breaking ball to a left-handed batter. You know, inner half, you got to throw a biting one inside. You can throw a soft one out backdoor.
This is a Wade full count. Is that middle nothing area?
Yeah, you know, and the thing is, you know, he should be lights out against a right-handed hitter, and he's misfiring here a little bit.
And he misfires inside. Ball 4. Down to first base goes DeRosa. Well, it's 3 walks in his last outing. And it's 3 walks tonight. Running into some trouble has John Farrell on the phone for the first time tonight, as the pen is now going to get busy with 2 outs in the 5th. This has happened pretty fast, and that pitch count rising at 88 pitches now for Masterson. And it is Hunter Jones who hops up first.
This inning can get away from you real quickly.
Chop to first, get some help here as Bailey will take it himself to end the inning. But the damage is done. The Indians score 3 times and take a 4-2 lead. Save for tomorrow today. Visit a branch or go to citizensbank.com/newways to save. Well, the complexion of this one has changed. The Indians scored 3 times in the top half of the 5th, take a 4-2 lead.
Big inning here for Pavano with Pedroia, Ortiz, and Bay.
The Red Sox trying to answer. As Pedroia is 0 for 2 as he takes ball 1. Dustin grounded into a 6-4-3 double play in the first, grounded out to third base in the third. Pitch 80 for Pavano. And it's popped up, foul ground. Shopik and DeRosa. DeRosa by his own dugout makes the catch. No more room to work with as he got to that top step of the dugout. And there's the first out in the bottom of the fifth.
So Pedroia, a high piece of cheese he can't lay off. You know that. A little tantalizing fastball that he pops up. You see it right here. This ball is probably Red Sox high. Watch this. Oh yeah. A lot of times you say, why do you swing at that? Well, he swings at it because he can usually hit a bullet.
Now David Ortiz is flying out, walked, and swings through the first pitch. Amazing how many guys tonight he started off with a change.
Yes. That looked like a harder change. Straight. Didn't go down that much, but that speed got him.
I mean, what are you changing from if you're starting with a change?
I know. You can't start the first time up, I think, because you figured the second time up, or this is their third time up, that at least they have some gauge that you throw 90, right?
Ortiz opposite field. Francisco coming in. It'll fall for a hit. Drops it right in front of the Indians left fielder. And a 1-out base hit for Ortiz.
So he swings through the change at the first pitch, then he throws him a fastball that crunches him, sort of hits the end of the bat right here. He just dunks this thing into the left field. Thank you very much. Take what you can get, I guess. A little off balance even on that fastball away. He just doesn't look comfortable. You know, he just something about it. You go back to when the last homestand and those balls that he hit, I know they were doubles, but you take Fenway away, I bet you 3 of them might have been out somewhere else, and he'd really be scuffing.
Jason Day fouls it off himself.
We get into mid-May, June. I mean, it's like, whoa. I'm talking about the power numbers, You're batting third, and this to me, this is one of the best offenses in the game too, and it hasn't hurt them to this point for the most part. Him not driving the ball, but at some point he's going to have to.
And after is a strike anyway. It's 0-2.
Good pitch.
Are you thinking that the longer goes on without the power numbers, perhaps moving him in the lineup?
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to, wouldn't you? I mean, how long does do that? I mean, that's not right now anyway. I don't want to get into that, but I don't expect that to be any more prolonged than it is. I think he's going to.
Jason Bay with a wild swing and a miss and a tough at bat. Did not get a real good look at Pavano in that sequence, and strikes out for the second time tonight. 2 down.
You see right here, he threw him a fastball in, the changeup away. The pitch before that made it 0-2 really makes that a pitch that makes him chase. Got to protect. Looks like a fastball. Swing and miss.
So 2 down. Ortiz at first, and Mike Lowell the batter. 1 for 2 tonight as he doubled and scored in the second inning. And takes ball 1. Outfield deep end straight away on Mike Lowell. Strike evens it counted 1-1. Now Pavano at 87 pitches as he works here with 2 outs in the 5th. One of the tough numbers for the Indians, their starters have been giving them 5. In fact, at least 5 or more in 21 of their last 23 games. But they're 6 and 7 in that time as Lowell fouls it off. It's time now for the Coors Light Freeze Cram, and of course the barehanded grab by Mike Lowell at third base to get Ben Francisco. The Coors Light Freeze Cam brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Send in some good defense now, looking for the offense with a count of 1-2. And he likes it here at Fenway. To right field. Chu is there. And he makes the catch that ends the inning. Red Sox leave a base runner through 5. It's 4-2 Indians. Sign up now for convenient Boston Globe home delivery at 50% off. Call 888-MY-GLOBE or go to boston.com. Try it again, bostonglobe.com/sports. Well, it's on to the 6th inning, and it is a 4-2 Indians lead. It'll be Johnny Peralta, Ben Francisco, and Kelly Shopik to bat in the 6th inning against Masterson. They gave up 3 runs in the 5th. And Victor Martinez with the big blast, a double to knock in 2 runs, RBI 16 and 17. And Masterson back out there for the 6th inning. Johnny Peralta struck out and grounded out in 2 at-bats against Masterson. He's picking up at the moment, going from right to left. Across the outfield as Peralta takes ball 1. Going out towards left right now as the 1-0. A swing and a miss. Red Sox led this game as they got 2 runs in the 2nd inning off Pavano. Indians got a run back in the 3rd. Red Sox left the bases loaded in the bottom of the 4th inning, and then the Indians scored 3 times. This one fouled off, and it's 1-2.
He's got 3 right-handed hitters this inning. He should have a nice little 1-2-3 inning. 1-2-3 innings would go a long ways for him right here. He should get these 3 guys out.
This has been a trouble area, though, for him tonight. This is chopped to 3rd for the first out of the inning. Time now to check out our answer to our Aflac trivia question.
Herb Score.
You got it right.
Yes, I did. Remember that all of a sudden.
Which pitcher holds the American League rookie strikeout record? Herb Score, 245 in 1954. It was a Major League Baseball rookie record that stood until Doc Gooden.
He's a great guy, man. He was a radio announcer. Just passed away just recently. Great guy. Gil McDougall hit him in the head, right? With that line drive.
They wear the patch on the jerseys for the Indians this season.
I was a rookie, broke in, and he was the announcer. And I remember he was in great shape. You know, I went to spring training. He'd be jogging all over the place.
And he was an announcer at that time.
Yeah. He was the radio announcer for many years, probably over 20 years. Somebody that I'll never forget. You just don't forget them, especially early in your career. He was very friendly to me. Boy, he must have been able to throw.
First hit in the face by a line drive, and certainly changed everything the rest of his career.
They said he's one of the hardest throwing left-handers. You hear from all the old guys, you know, like almost Sandy Koufax-ish gas, you know.
Was passed away in November. As this one fouled off, still 0-2.
I think Joe Castiglione knows him very well.
Very well.
Yes.
They worked together,
Yes.
in fact. Joe, in the early portion of his career, working in Cleveland for the Indians. He was his partner.
Yeah.
Also his partner with Bob Feller at one point, too.
Speaking of those old codgers, he used to bring it. Rapid Robert.
We saw him when we were in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Francisco strikes out. It's the 5th K for Masterson. There's 2 down in the 6th inning.
Look at this right here. A little breaking ball. It's good location. He misses this ball by a foot. And he's nasty on right-handed hitters. I mean, he can embarrass right-handed hitters because they just, you know, they just can't stay in there, that front shoulder. And you're talking about a guy with a sweeping breaking ball. And you got to be ready for his gas. And he can make a lot of guys look silly.
Shopping takes ball 1. This will be the 100th pitch for Masterson. It comes with 2 outs in the 6th inning. It's wrapped foul, ball and a strike.
You think this would be his last inning, would you? I mean, if you're going to, you know, he may try to squeak another one, but you know, 100 pitches.
That's where they kept him for the most part. You'd be surprised if.
I wonder. You start the next inning, you get an out, and you keep going, I guess. God knows they've used the bullpen galore, so.
A strike, and it's 1-2 to Shopping. He ran into some trouble with this portion of the order in the 3rd inning after striking out Peralta. Walked Francisco and Shopping back to back. He had 9 men. One of those walks turned into a run in Ben Francisco. Shopping has walked and been hit by a pitch tonight. Stays alive as he fouls it off. He came up with the Red Sox and, of course, had 15 at bats in the big leagues. Didn't get his first major league hit in a Red Sox uniform. Had to go to Cleveland and certainly got that out of the way in a hurry. But it's a long time to wait. You get to the end of that season, you don't have a major league hit yet.
The thing about it is, this kid, you know, the catching situation that the Red Sox are in, you wish you still had this kid. Good pitch.
Shopping strikes out back-to-back Ks for Masterson, 6 in all. But it's the Indians on top 4-2. Laffey, who's scheduled to start in this series, is in the pen. And they made that adjustment prior to the game.
They've got another lefty going with Sowers tomorrow. They just called him up. Is that his name? Sowers?
Yes.
So soft tossing left-hander.
Laffey was scheduled to start against Tim Wakefield, but of course they had to go to the pen so much yesterday. They got to make a change today as part of this road trip. And here's Jason Varitek to lead it off in the bottom of the 6th. Varitek has been on twice tonight, a walk and a double. And strike one to Varitek. Vano's trouble inning was the second when the Red Sox scored 2 times. They got out of a 1-out, bases loaded jam in the 4th inning. Red Sox have left 6 men on.
He has really pitched. Watching him, you know, like I said, he tricks you with his fastball, but he really knows what he's doing. This 3rd time around, he remembers everything he did. He's trying to set you up.
Off the end of the bat to second base and Cabrera. 1 down in the 6th. Well, Jeff Bailey coming up, having a chance to start. Grounded into a double play in the 2nd, hit by a pitch in the 4th. Euclid's still out, feeling some spasming. Lower back area again.
Francona saying that basically that my 8 players out there are going to play. We're not going to be. We don't pinch hit a lot here. Didn't he say that?
Yes.
Yes.
And he doesn't.
No.
If you think about it, how often does he pinch hit really, even when everybody's healthy?
Right.
It's not something he does a lot of.
But when you have Euclid and Ellsbury on the bench, it's a different story. But what he's saying is, I'm not going to go to them.
You think about Jeff Bailey making a start, and guys come up and certainly had a very good spring training. He and Chris Carter kind of going head to head for the last spot at the end of spring. Puts it on the ground to shortstop. Peralta on the backhand. The throw low, but dug out nicely by Martinez. It's time for a game break. Dan, Tom Karen, TC.
That's concerning.
Back at Fenway, and it is concerning as Carolina has answered quickly. With 2 outs, here is Jonathan Van Every. There's 2 hits and a run driven in. I was going to say, though, you look at these guys like Jonathan Van Every, Jeff Bailey coming up. Those guys try to do quite a bit. I mean, here they are in the big leagues, and it's like you got to try to. I mean, you get all spring training to show Terry Francona what you can do, but now it's different here. I imagine there's a great deal of pressure on these guys.
Yeah, it is. You got to make something happen. You got to make something happen quick, so they don't leave. You know, and the thing about it is, these guys, you know, they go down there, they play every day, and they come back up here, and all it takes is not to play 3 or 4 days, and you lose all your timing, and it's hard to do. That's why it's hard to have a good bench. It's, you know, like Alex Cora, you know, guys that are veterans that know how to. They know what they're doing. They know how to stay ready. It's something that, you know, not everybody can do, let alone these guys. Finally get your chance. Van Avery's taking advantage of it, if you think about it, tonight.
Nick Green waiting on deck with 2 outs here in the 6th inning. Pitch number 100 for Pavano, misses inside.
They probably want Pavano to throw 130 pitches tonight, just so they don't have to go to the bull, get the wood.
This one fouled off. And Kerry Wood has made 11 appearances on the season. He has 5 saves. And an ERA of 7.20.
He must have given it up one time, like 4 or 5 runs.
And the Red Sox saw him in that series in Cleveland. He's throwing very hard. 97.98.
Oh, he throws hard. Change up.
Whenever he fouls it off. Covidien is a proud sponsor of the Boston Red Sox and the Red Sox Foundation, helping to raise money for life-saving cancer research. Two down here in the 6th inning. Full count to Jonathan Van Every. On the outside corner for strike 3. 4th strikeout for Pavano. His Indians have a 4-2 lead. Top of the order for the Indians. Grady Sizemore leading it off and swinging and missing at the first pitch from Masterson. Over under 100 pitches and pitching here into the 7th inning. Starts the inning at 103. With action to the pen again. Hunter Jones had been up earlier and is back up again. On the ground to second base. Pedroia handles out number 1. Stay with us immediately following the game tonight for WB Mason's Extra Innings. You'll see Terry Francona's live post-game press conference after this series opener. It's all part of our complete coverage of the Sox Clubhouse. Plus, highlights and reaction from Game 3 of the Bruins Hurricane Series are coming your way. It's all coming up right after the game with TC, Jim, and Heine. How weird was it for you to be a guest down on Yawkey Way today and not be on that set all day?
Think about it. I never see Jim Rice for the most part.
That's
true.
When
I'm not, when I do it, he's not there. When
That's
he
right.
does it, I'm not there. So, but I saw Jim at a couple functions because he's out styling around being a Hall of Famer just to stay in shape.
You're going to see him a lot more functions now that you're both Hall of Famers.
Thinks he's pretty special, doesn't he? He'll like that. He's going to love it, though. I mean, he's got a lot to look forward to. And I was so nervous. I'm glad he's going to be nervous. Somebody else be nervous. But it's going to be a special time for him coming up.
He's out towards deep left center field. Van Every going back, and it's off the wall. The carom is nasty, and Jason Bay will run it down in short center. Cabrera is still running, and he will get to third. A bad relay. Look it off Nick Green, a good relay, and I think they got a chance to get Cabrera, who is very aggressive and thinking about 3.
We may never know what would have ever happened because that one hopped his ball off the wall. Cabrera is hot. 3 hits. His 3rd hit off Masterson. You see Bay right there backing up, and this short hops Green, and you wonder if he would have picked that. Did he have a play at third? We'll never know. But aggressive base running by Cabrera, which I agree with. You see right there, he might have had a shot at him. He might have had a shot.
He just come across second base.
Yeah. So he would have been out.
I think he would have been out.
He would have been out. So if he would have hit the cutoff man, he's out. So bad throw by Bay.
Stands at third, infield in all the way around. And Victor Martinez, so you got a tough guy at the plate right now as the Indians try to add on another run.
I like the aggressiveness by Cabrera. You might as well, one out, go for it.
Ball and a strike to Victor Martinez, who's hit the ball hard twice. Flied out center field to Van Every, deep in center in the third, and then a double off the wall in center field in the fifth that knocked in 2 runs.
Trying to make him not get this ball in the air.
1 and 2.
Nicely done. You're going to throw a breaking ball to a left-hand hitter. You don't want to throw it soft. You want to throw it, unless you're going to go backdoor, you want to throw it hard in breaking ball. He gets on top of this ball. Look at this thing bite. That's a nice pitch. Little backdoor thing here, maybe. Yes.
Lined into right field, a base hit, and from third base comes Cabrera. The Indians tack on their 5th run of the night, lead at 5-2. Victor Martinez with a big night. He's driven in 3 runs.
Cannot sneak the cheese by this guy. Tried to. Threw him a hard breaking ball, swung over the top of that fastball, hits a bullet.
And that'll be the night for Masterson. Terry Francona out to make the pitching change. The Indians now on top 5-2. Donuts musical montage. Dunkin' Donuts is in its 10th year of hosting local youth groups and charitable organizations in the Dunkin' Dugout. Special sitting section here at Fenway Park. Thousands of children have had the chance to catch a Red Sox home game thanks to Dunkin' Donuts. And as always, we thank them for dropping off. Refreshments in the booth tonight as Justin Masterson throws 112 pitches. Has given up 5 runs so far. Responsible for the runner at first. And the new pitcher for Boston is Hunter Jones. Came on in Sunday's game with 1 out, the bases loaded, and retired the next 2 batters and get out of a jam. Here's in his 6th game of the year, 2.84 earned run average, 6 1/3 innings, 4 hits. Did not work in the series against New York, and comes in here with 1 out in the 7th inning. Victor Martinez at first base, and Shin-Soo Choo has got 2 hits and an RBI. Into shallow left, Green out, Bay in. Green calling and making the catch for out number 2. So Choo not waiting around. The lefty-lefty matchup. He lifts one to left field, and there's 2 down. So 2 down for Mark DeRosa. 1 for 2 with a walk tonight. He singled back in the second inning.
Ooh.
High drive, deep left. Bay looking up, and that is gone into the monster seats. 2-run home run for Mark DeRosa, and a 7-2 lead now for the Indians.
I was thinking to myself right before that pitch, I said, nobody's left the yard here tonight. You know, the Indians have been known to hit some home runs this year. In fact, that's how they score a lot of their runs. And you see DeRosa get a fastball right here, and dead fastball hitter. And knows what to do with it. See this fastball, get me over fastball. Puts a beautiful swing on that ball. Ball jumps out of here.
Well, the Indians with a 2-run shot from DeRosa, his 6th home run of the year. 3rd he's had against Boston. He had 2 in the 3-game series in Cleveland and 1 here. And it's 7-2 Indians. Like Wedge said, if you can get a good start from their starters, they're in pretty good shape. The offense has been fine. And that's the case here tonight. They get a good start from Pavano.
You know, you talk about an offense that doesn't have Hafner, right? Who hadn't been around for a couple of years almost now.
We're in the second intermission after that flurry of goals from the Hurricanes. On top now 2-1. They elevate DeLucci, does not chase. Action in the pen. Aaron Laffey up for the Indians again. He was up last inning.
That'll be it for Pavano, I would assume.
6 strong, 103 innings. 103 innings, that's a lot of innings. 103 pitches.
This early in the season.
103 pitches through 6 innings. DeLucci with a swing and a miss. Fairtex got to throw him out. Clears the runner and does. A 2-run home run for Mark DeRosa. The Indians have a 7-2 lead. Time for a Sports Desk update with Cole Wright.
The Amica Pit Zone is brought to you by Amica Insurance. Get the right auto and home coverage at amicacoverage.com. Then you'll see this little cookie I'm talking about right down Broadway. And he puts a beautiful swing on this ball. DeRosa, and hits a 2-run bomb that makes the score 7-2.
A big 3-run inning, that inning for the Indians. Well, the new pitcher now in for the Indians is Laffey. Yes, he had been warming up last inning. We anticipated he'd be on, and he is after 103 pitches tonight from Carl Pavano. Aaron Laffey.
Pavano was impressive tonight.
Yeah, you're impressed with how he pitched.
I mean, he doesn't have, great stuff, but really showed me he knows how to pitch.
Strike one to Nick Green. 0 for 2 in the ball game tonight. Reached on a fielder's choice in the second. Struck out in the fourth inning. Well, for Pavano, he went the first 6 innings tonight. Allowed 6 hits and 2 runs. Walked 3, struck out 4. And came in with a record of 1-3, trying to win his second straight start. To right field, Chu is there for the out to retire Nick Green. 1 down. End of the night for Pavano. 103 pitches in his 6-inning effort, and Pavano coming in at 1-3 into tonight's action. Got into some trouble in the second inning, a bases loaded, nobody out situation, and he got the big double play. Red Sox got 2 runs in that inning, as it turned out, but then he got out of a 1-out bases loaded situation in the fourth.
Striking out Green was big back in the fourth.
Now Drew to left field. Ben Francisco going back to the track to make the catch in front of the scoreboard. So 2 quick outs here for Aaron Laffey to begin things in the 7th. And here comes Dustin Pedroia. Inside, ball 1. Strike, and the count evens at 1-1. Royal 0 for 3 in the game, has grounded out twice and fouled out. Red Sox have left a total of 6 men on base. In the last inning for Pavano in the 6th, he retired the side in order. Maritek, Bailey, and Van Every. Now Laffey into the game has the first 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th.
Laffey started 4 games for them this year. Didn't really pitch all that badly. I guess they needed somebody, a left-hander in the bullpen. They sent out Perez, who, as we talked about before, was one of the better left-handers in the bullpen for a couple, maybe 2 years ago, but fallen on some downtimes now. So
it's really Rafael Bencourt is now setting up games. If they can get in that situation and get to Kerry Wood. 2-2. Pedroia chops it towards the shortstop Peralta. 1-2-3 7th inning for Aaron Laffey. We played 7 at 7-2 Indians. presents the Boston Globe's Red Sox Game Day Live. Jim will look back at starter Tim Wakefield's start against the Indians last week, allowing 1 hit over 7 innings. Plus, TC will sit down with both managers and Indians GM Mark Shapiro will be live on the Yawkey Way stage as part of Matt's mentoring program at Fenway Park tomorrow. It's all coming up tomorrow night at 6 on NESN. Well, the Red Sox bullpen second best in the majors behind the Oakland A's, a 2.84 ERA. In 26 appearances, they get to Jones for a 3-run home run in the 7th inning. 2 of those runs charged to the Red Sox starter, and he's charged with 1 of them. So the final line on Masterson tonight: 6 1/3, 8 hits, 6 runs. He walks 3 and strikes out 6. And for Masterson, it is the second straight start in which he has allowed 6 runs. A strike to Johnny Peralta, and it's a ball and a strike.
You know, I thought Masterson threw the ball. You know, you talk about it, he threw good. I mean, as far as watching him throw, he throws the ball great. You know, he just got in trouble a couple times, and I think Martinez burnt him on that double off the wall. That was a big pitch.
Left side, Lowell makes his way over, cuts it off, and throws out Peralta. Send it back down to Heidi.
Don Jet Lowry rejoined his teammates here in Boston after having surgery on his left wrist 2 weeks ago, and he told me the rehab is going well.
You know, obviously it's a surgery. Any kind of surgery is a traumatic event, and you have to build back the strength and the range of motion. Those are the 2 biggest things, because there's not a lot of pain, but the strength and the range of motion are the 2 things that I need to get back.
Lowry said he should be able to start doing baseball activities in about 4 weeks and rejoin the team hopefully in 6 to 8 weeks. Don?
All right, thank you very much, Heidi. Certainly the news on that much better over the last couple of weeks. When we first heard it happen, first thing you heard about was season ending, and now talking about the All-Star break somewhere around there, much better.
Yeah, he'll find himself in the mix. You'll see maybe after the All-Star break, I'm guessing, right? 2 months from now. But here's a guy that you kind of forget about. You know, the way he did a nice job for them last year and got off to a bad start.
Popped up around the mound from first comes Bailey, and he's going to go up the side of the mound to make the catch for out number 2. Always a tough play climbing uphill. Now, as a former pitcher, I want to ask you this: why don't more pitchers hang out and make that catch?
Yeah, I know.
I mean, you're out in the outfield all the time, shagging fly balls all the time. I mean, they can catch too, can't they?
It's always the pitcher that thinks he's a good athlete that stays there and says, "Get out of the way." You know, I mean, I've been taught just bolt. Just, you know, like somebody catch this thing. You know, don't blow this thing because I need every out I can get. But I don't know what it is. Unless it's a little dinky little pop up, I'll put it away. You know what I mean? How many dinky little pop-ups are you going to get?
I guess.
Especially if it's a sky ball. You know, if it's a sky ball, hey, somebody else get it.
I'm gone.
I'm out of here.
Yeah.
But I know pitchers that chase down foul balls.
Yeah.
You know,
but most guys will just vacate the area.
I don't know. You get used to doing it. It's like covering first base. Get over. It's like something that you instinctively do. Get out of the way. It's crazy, isn't it? It's like, and it plays to saying those pitchers, man, they're terrible athletes. They can't even catch a pop-up. Come on. I got one eye closed when I'm throwing. I don't know what's going to happen when they hit the ball back at me.
Here's Kelly Shopping with 2 outs. Have you ever been hit?
Off my body?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you have in the legs and stuff.
Yeah, I've been all over the place. Yeah. I've had balls whistle by me.
Here.
I went, oh my God, that ball's already by me. After I heard it, so it would already hit me. It's scary to think about. It really is, because you get gunshot.
So Javier Lopez up as Shopping able to hold off. It's 2-2.
There's a rock pile right there, isn't it?
Couple of starters, Lester and Beckett.
Beckett feeling good about himself. We got to get this guy back soon, huh? He threw today. Was it today that he threw?
No, yesterday rehab.
Okay.
Yeah, with the Pawtucket Red Sox, still got a few more rehabs left as he works his way back. Started last night for the Paw Sox. 2 2/3 scoreless innings. 2 hits, 2 walks, hit a batter, and struck out 5 through 47 pitches. And going to take their time in getting him back.
That's about right. 47 pitches in 3 innings. That works out to 100.5.
2-2 to Kelly Shopping. Full count. Red Sox had a 2-0 lead in this game. The Indians with 7 unanswered runs. 1 in the 3rd, 3 in the 5th, 3 in the 7th. And on top by 5 as they bat here with 2 outs in the 8th. In the dirt, and Jones loses him. He had been ahead with a 2-out walk, and it's the 3rd time Shopik's been on.
Seemed like they tried tonight to get another inning out of Masterson, where they didn't really have to.
Got the first out of the 7th inning, but then gave up what was ruled a triple by Asdrubal Cabrera, and then an RBI single, and that was it.
They throw him out at 3rd on that little lone relay play. It's a different story.
Two down, Shopik at first. Grady Sizemore 0 for 4 as Jones checks on first.
You see a lot of these good hitters. I'm looking at the scoreboard. He's hitting 233, Sizemore. You'll see him in another 2 weeks. He's probably hitting 275. You know, everybody has a tendency. They just get hot. It's so early in the season. Things change so much. You see the on-base percentage. That's down for a guy that leads off. He punches out too much for me to be a leadoff hitter. Doesn't walk enough.
This one gets away, breaking right away. Shopik. The throw is not going to be in time. He broke when he saw it in the dirt, and the Indians catcher takes second base.
See a little breaking ball down in the dirt here. It's a nice block. Meanwhile, it's stolen base. But did he go from get-go? Was that a stolen base?
No, I don't think so.
He was in the dirt.
Wild pitch to Rulli. Shopik into second base with 2 down, trying to add another run here for the Indians as they bat in the 8th. Three and 0 to Sizemore. Sizemore hit 33 home runs a year ago. Had 90 runs batted in
from the leadoff spot. 90 runs.
Amazing.
It is amazing. He gets hot though. He really starts numbers go up.
Ball 4, and down to first base goes Sizemore. So back-to-back walks here. All of a sudden for Hunter Jones. As Asdrubal Cabrera coming up. This has happened quickly, as Jones was able to get Peralta and Francisco back-to-back for the first 2 outs, but back-to-back walks to the 9-1 batters. And now Asdrubal Cabrera has had a great night. 3 hits. He scored 2 runs, driven in a run. And he takes strike 1 over the inside corner. The Indians will be back for the final regular season series of 2009, October 1st through the 4th at Fenway. This one in the dirt, gathered by Varitek, able to knock it down. The Red Sox are done going to Cleveland. That 3-game series was it from Progressive Field this season for Boston.
So they finished. The Red Sox finished the season with Cleveland. That's
yes.
Kind of strange.
Last 4 games.
Yeah.
And a lot more 2-game series, it seems like, this year than we've had the last couple.
What is that? I don't understand that.
Well, really,
I used to think it was because of the interleague
situation, but it seems like there's been more this year for some reason. I'm not sure why. Do you like interleague or no?
No.
You don't like it at all?
Just like Jared.
Yep.
Just like Jared. Hate it.
Mark Recchi has scored. It's tied 2-2 now in the 3rd.
But then again, if you're a fan and you haven't seen it, I can understand that. If I was a little kid and I hadn't seen the Giants, remember like the Giants came here, it's like Willie Mays was coming, it'd be kind of a cool thing. But meanwhile, I'm not a kid.
You're an adult and you hate it. The 1-2 is fouled off.
The thing about it is the pitchers have to go hit over all that stuff, all that nonsense. Because first of all, I'm not a big National League guy.
Really?
I'm just not. I don't like watching pitchers hit. I did it. I couldn't do it, and I don't want to watch it. That makes sense?
Yeah. No, I like it.
Okay.
But I respect your opinion. I'm an adult, and I like it.
That's good. I like that.
Some question is whether or not I'm really an adult. The 1-2 is inside, and it's 2-2.
But I know now when I watch a National League game, and here comes the bottom of the order.
Right.
And it kind of irritates me anyway because I didn't pitch enough in the National League to take advantage of it. Because I'm not going to sit here and tell you how easy it is to pitch in the National League, but
it is easier.
It is easier. 3 innings of outs almost.
In the dirt, full count. Hunter Jones needs an out right now. He's run into some trouble here in the 8th. So 27 pitches, it's coming in. Giving up a 3-run home run to Mark DeRosa in the 7th. Got 2 outs here in the inning, but walks are the problem right now. 2 on for the Indians. They're trying to open this wide open. To right field, Drew coming in. It'll stay up as he makes the grab that ends the inning. It's 7-2. Indians on top. Let's check in with Tom Caron. TC. Park. Check out the Boston Red Sox premium lineup. Available game experiences include the Legend Suite or the Green Monster Party for 10 to 27 people. For more information, call 877-RED-SOX-9 or email premiumsales@redsox.com. Keene, New Hampshire. Glad you're here. Hope Jerry gets back real soon. Bottom of the 8th inning, David Ortiz leading it off. Ortiz, Bay, and Lowell here in the 8th. Up and in, ball 1 from Aaron Laffey from the pen, who retired the side in order in the 7th inning. He's been starting games for the Indians this year. They got into all kinds of trouble in their pen yesterday. Unloaded the pen. against Toronto. Shift on, short right, Cabrera. Long throw in time to get Ortiz for the first out.
You don't see that very often.
Well,
base hit the right field, you're out.
It's the kind of luck he's had this year, though. Right into the shift.
Gets a ball on the screws right there. Base hit the right field. Meanwhile, you're out. That's where they play the pitcher out there. The right fielder would be there with a pitcher up in the interleague.
One down, Jason Day. I'm sorry I brought it up. This one shot softly towards third. Barossa on the run. And in time. It's been a quiet night for Jason Bay. Struck out twice, now grounded out after walking in the second.
They're not waiting around.
Laffey thrown 12 pitches, 8 for strikes, and has retired 5 batters. See, I like interleague from a selfish standpoint, being a fan. You have a chance to go to all the different ballparks, and you know, we've hit them over the years as you move around. This year back in the National League East, but last year it's Cincinnati.
Now that you've been everywhere, you have to go back. Right?
I want to go back. I want more games in those ballparks.
Okay.
I want to see more players.
All right.
Hey, the Mets are coming here. There's teams coming here this year that will be fun to watch.
Okay. Well, they could come here. I don't want to go there because we play DH here. We DH here.
Right.
They can all come here.
Low to right center. Sizemore on the run will dive and make the catch. Great center fielder for the Indians. Grady Sizemore making the grab. Indians on top 7-2. Brought to you by Comcast. Well, Jonathan Van Every with an RBI single back in the second inning would put the Red Sox on top 2-0. Things went south from there. The Indians getting a big 2-run double off the wall in center field on a hop off the bat of Victor Martinez. And the Indians would score 3 times in the 5th, 3 times in the 7th. They've got very good pitching tonight from their starter, Carl Pavano, 6 innings, giving up 2 runs. You got to have a bases loaded jam in the 4th inning. Ended up with 4 strikeouts and has a chance to pick up his 2nd win of the year. We head to the 9th inning with the Red Sox trailing by 5 runs as this call to the bullpen is brought to you by New England Ford Dealers. And their pitcher is Javier Lopez. Lopez in his 12th game of the year, 0-2, a higher run average. Takes over for Hunter Jones.
He's had a tough time this year, you know, throwing the ball. You know, all 4 and missing badly, not like just missing. It's like his mechanics are off. They've probably been working with him, trying to fix it. It's a good time to go out there and get an inning in with nothing really on the line.
Well, in the past, they've liked to use him in situational type spots and facing some lefties, but it hasn't worked out this year. Lefties are hitting at .438.
Well, you're afraid to even use him now. I mean, because of this lack of control out of, I don't know if it's out of nowhere. He always seemed to be his control is a little shaky for the most part, right? He'd go 3 balls, but he'd come back. And his confidence was sky high last year. He had a great year last year. You know, kind of an unsung kind of a year for the Red Sox. And this year, struggling a little bit.
Victor Martinez hits one to high. Right field. Back goes Drew at the wall. It's gone into the bullpen. What a night for Victor Martinez. His 3rd hit, 4th RBI. And a home run into the pen.
When he first put a swing on this ball, I thought this was just a fly ball to right field. It shows you the kind of power he has if he can get extended a little bit from both sides of the plate. My goodness. Fastball. See how he can extend right there? It just finishes. You know, you're thinking just, fly ball right field. But this guy's strong. Full extension, ball carries into the bullpen. Barely, but still, I mean, he's having quite a year, isn't he? Quite a night, let alone the year. He's got to be hitting over 400 now.
6 home runs now for him. 19 runs batted in. He's had a 3-hit night. Indians were not having much fun yesterday. Are having some fun tonight. In the first game of this series, on top 8-2. Shin-Soo Choo to left field. Bay over, and it'll drop in for a base hit in front of him as he cuts it off. And a leadoff single for Choo, who gets his 3rd hit of the night.
Try to get an inning of work and throw strikes out there. And next thing you know, you give up a bomb. Makes you not even want to throw a ball for a strike sometimes.
Well, Lopez gave up 5 runs on Thursday night. Most runs he has given up since June of 2006. Mark DeRosa, who homered his last at bat, a 3-run shot in the 7th. Indians with 2 home runs now in the game tonight, on top 8-2.
You get kind of afraid to go to him as the season goes on. You know, to come in to get a left-handed hitter, you gotta wonder right now. Not that that comes up all that much, but you'd like to see him get settled in.
This one down the right field line. Bailey giving chase. So is Pedroia. It's going to fall and fall fair. Jumps up into the seats. It'll be a ground rule double. And they'll put Choo on 3rd base. DeRosa on 2nd base. And 3 guys going after it. Drew, Pedroia, and Bailey. And it drops fair.
Oh, you know you're going bad when a ball like that falls in. It'll pop up right down the right field line right here. Little fastball. A little late on it a little bit. Pops it up. It looks like Bailey just sort of gives up on it. And it lands in nowhere. Bounces in the stands, double. You know you're living right. At a bomb, double. Give me gift double.
Well, it is 8-2. Indians are looking for more now. Runners at 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. And David DeLucci, the batter. 2 through 5 has really been all of it tonight offensively for the Indians. 12 for 19. They got all the hits, and they also have all the RBIs.
This is Garco, isn't it?
Yep, Garco batting for DeLucci. DeLucci had been 0 for 4 in the game. Line caught by Lowell. Takes a look around, and he handles the first out of the inning. See if he can double anybody off, but able to scamper back without any problem. Garco retires. So 2nd and 3rd, 1 out. And Johnny Peralta, the batter, he's 0 for 4 in the game. He struck out, grounded out 3 times. So Lopez gets it out, but that ball was hit hard.
Well, I guess that makes up for the double.
About 5 minutes left to go in regulation. Bruins and Hurricanes tied 2-2 from Carolina. On the ground to 3rd, Lowell in the backhand. Throw across in time. 2 down. Took a look at first, see if he could get Choo, was off the bag at 3rd. Could not, so got himself up throughout Peralta.
Stumbled a little bit here. The nice play, a little pick. Sees that the guy's on the bag and throws him out easy.
Well, Johnny Peralta's scuffling.
He could have used that hit. Personality hit right there.
He struck out 4 groundouts, an 0 for 5 night. Here's Ben Francisco. He walked back in the 3rd inning. He's grounded out, struck out, popped out. Outside, ball 2. There's a strike, 2-1.
That's his favorite part of the plate, that outside corner to a right-handed hitter. That's why I see when left-handers get up there, he has a hard time pulling the ball all the way to the other side of the plate off the left-hander. He loves this side right here.
Back out there again, too far, 3-1.
But for the most part, for a long time, he never really faced that many right-handed hitters. And last year they extended him a little bit more than the 2 previous years, if I recall. He just used to just come in for just 1 out.
Line in the left field, a base hit for Francisco. Shu will score. Throw to the plate, and he is out at the plate. 1 more run for the Indians, who lead it 9-2. Nesson is brought to you by New England Dodge Dealers, Dunkin' Donuts, Toyota's official website for deals, buyatoyota.com, and by Southwest Airlines. At the end of the last inning, Red Sox gunning down another would-be run.
I thought that ball was hit so hard. They did have a play at the plate. Great throw, great block at the plate by Veritek. Great throw by Bay in left field.
Second outfield assist this year for Bay. Had 5 last year after the trade.
He does it all.
A 2-run 9th for the Indians, and Cleveland on top 9-2. More Aaron Laffey, and why not? For Eric Wedge, he has retired all 6 batters he's faced.
A little 3-inning save.
Jason Veritek stands in and takes the strike.
This worked out well for the Indians tonight. If you think about it, you know, get 6 from your starter, score a bunch of runs, and be able to bring in a guy, Laffey, who's a starter, come in and eat some innings, 3, and Don't have to worry about using 4 or 5 guys.
Up the middle into center field, a base hit to get the 9th inning started for Boston. Veritek's had a nice night, but on 3 times he's got a second hit.
Veritek gets a high, I don't know what that is, high changeup. Stays on it, hits it back up the middle, base hit. Nice night for him. Like you said, 3 times on base.
So Veritek at first. Red Sox have the lead runner on for the 3rd time tonight. Jeff Bailey, hit by a pitch in the 4th, is 0 for 2. Ball 1. Rally caps everywhere. Red Sox down by 7 as Bailey with a swing and a miss. Six innings tonight from Carl Pavano. Gave up 2 runs, 6 hits, walked 3, struck out 4. Bailey fouls it off himself and is down 1-2. Julio Lugo has come out on deck for the Red Sox to bat here in the 9th inning. He would bat for Jonathan Van Every.
He can use him with bat.
Strike 3 call. First out of the bottom of the 9th inning, and it's Jeff Bailey. Coming up after the game, stay tuned for Granite City Electric's Red Sox Final, where you have a chance to be part of the show. Visit NESN.com now to submit your questions to the NESN.com inbox. TC and Jim will answer your questions, plus a trip around the majors. And a look ahead to tomorrow night's series finale with the Indians. It's all coming up after the game on NESN. 1 out, Jason Veritek at first base. And it's Julio Lugo who takes strike 1.
Can't tell if it's a fastball or changeup when he's throwing 84 miles an hour.
Strike over the outside corner, 0-2. Lugo experiencing a little soreness on the last couple of days off. A pinch hitting role in the 9th with 1 out. Line to right center field. It's in for a hit. Shoe over to cut it off. Veritek headed for 3rd. And it's 1st and 3rd with 1 out in the 9th inning.
Nice piece of hitting there by Lugo. Gets the ball down and stays on it. See a little fastball down and away right here. He goes down and gets it. Tough pitch to hit. 2 strikes. Shoots the ball to right field.
So 1 out, 1st and 3rd, and Nick Green coming up. Down to the number 9 spot. He is 0 for 3 in the game. Ball 1. Aaron Laffey had retired all 6 Red Sox he faced in the 7th and 8th. He's given up a couple of hits here as a strikeout in the 9th. Strike over the outside corner, 1-1. Headed to overtime in Carolina, tied at 2. Masa Kobayashi up in the pen. Strike 2, 1-2. This time over the inside corner. Fifth appearance for Laffey. It's his first relief appearance for the Indians of the season. On the ground at 3rd base, DeRosa will go to 2nd for 1. On to first base, a double play to end the ball game. They go around the horn As Nick Green grounds into the game-ending DP, the Cleveland Indians take game 1 of this brief game series 9-2. And tonight, Papabano pitched pretty well.
He really did. I was impressed. You know, he doesn't throw. He hasn't got major stuff.